Hi guys, James from DBG here, and yeah, I don't really know what to call this video. It's just a bit of an update, really. I haven't really done anything on YouTube for a couple of weeks, mainly because of Christmas and my general loathing of it. Yes, bah humbug, yes, I'm one of those people, but I have my reasons, and yeah. But yeah, I just thought I'd have a bit of a chat about these new Warlord Games Plastic Italians. On one hand, they're really very good. On the other hand, there's one really annoying thing, because I was planning on doing something and then I realised that I actually couldn't do it because of scale creep. And then we're going to be talking about this bad boy, the plastic M1340 or M4041. Sorry, 1441. Yeah, you can tell it's an artillery kit, and if I were you, Rubicon do one, buy the Rubicon one. Not that I'm deliberately having a go at Warlord Games. I love Warlord Games, they do some amazing stuff, but just occasionally they do a kit and it could have been better thought out. I can understand why they did what they did with that, but I just think it could be better thought out. But anyway, so this little collection here, thanks to the size of my desk and the framing of my camera and everything, you can't really see everything all in the shot, but you get an idea. This is 650 odd points of Italians. A nice little game to play on a 4x4 table. You've got 30 infantry, an artillery piece, a lieutenant and his assistant, and a tank. I always take a tank, regardless of if they're deemed good or not. I always take a tank. So yeah, so I'm just going to have a look at this one guy. This is a sergeant armed with a Beretta, M38 submachine gun. Yeah, I just noticed a big bit of flash I should have held off. But yeah, there is actually, the mould lines on these guys is actually quite well defined. So much so that I got absolutely bored with scraping them off, so I just gave up. Which seems to be a running problem with the Warlord Games Infantry, that even though they're well sculpted, the way they've done the arms compared to previous ones is much better, and the choices on the sprues are getting much better, but that mould line that runs from one leg all the way up across the body, down one side, down the other leg and back up, is pretty much on every single one, and it is a pain in the arse to scrape off, especially when you've got 30 of them. Imagine you've got 2 boxes, that's 60 of them to do. Now I get really frustrated with that and give up quite easily. I did that with my Sisters of Battle, because Games Workshop, in their wisdom, design kits with lots of mould lines, which was a pain in the arse. And here's one of the LMG guys, and as you can see, there's that mould line. But the poses are good, and I chose them all wearing the same helmets, because I'm doing, these are based in Sicily, so they're going to be painted in the sort of green-grey of the Italian forces there. But what I was planning on doing is having 2 squads of normal dudes, just normal regular infantry, and a squad of bersaglieri, which is the Italian very famous light infantry with the black cockerel feathers in their helmets or hats or pith helmets or wherever theatre they were. And they were everywhere, specifically mainly in Africa and Sicily. So I thought, yeah, I've got loads of spare heads from a previous project. I can got enough to do a full squad, but they're all based on these guys. Now, these guys were focus, there we go, are the metal predecessors of the plastic kits. And then here's the plastic kit. And as you can see, there's quite a significant size difference. They're both technically the same scale, but there is a significant size difference. So as you can see, this head here will not fit on this body, which is what I was planning on doing with the Bersaglieri. But I now can't, because they would look absolutely ridiculous, which leads me to conclude only one thing. That is, Warlord Games are planning a second box of Italian infantry purely based on Bersaglieri, with the helmets. Oh, I did, but no. With the helmets, the pith helmets, the steel helmets, and the other type of helmets, all with cockerel feathers in, possibly maybe the addition of a light mortar. But the sprue will probably be identical, just like the British 8th Army and then the Commonwealth box, where the only difference is the heads for the sculpts. You get Commonwealth ones in the Commonwealth box, and then British ones, British and Indian ones in the 8th Army box. So that's all I can lead from that. So yeah, that's a bit disappointing. So it went from a 750 point force to a 650 point force quite quickly. So let's talk about this. The Caro Armato M1340 or M1441, because you can make both from the kit. Both from the yeah, you can make both from the kit, and you also make the Sommovente 1875, which is based on the M1340 hull. The main issue, as I have with all of the artillery kits, is the 4-part tracks. They are a pain to put together. I mean, these ones aren't that bad. They actually fit together quite well. But the way the turret went together, I had the same issue with the M3 Stuart. There was 22 parts in the M3 Stuart's hull turret. This one's not so bad, but you've got the top of the bottom, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate pieces. The turret hatch is 2 pieces, whereas I believe in some kits you get a moulded turret if you want it buttoned down, or you get 2 parts if you want it open for the tank commander. There was holes to drill, which didn't actually lead to anything, so I had to refill them. And as you can see, there's lots of gapping that I've had to green stuff, which on the whole was a touch disappointing. The other thing, in order to get the hull for both the Sommovente and the Caro Armato, this part here again is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts, and even more if you're using the Sommovente. So that's a touch annoying. Also, some of the parts don't go together very well. I had to do lots of trimming and cutting just to make them all fit. So I understand why they designed it the way they did. Knocked over the tripod. There we go. Woo. So they can get as many options as they could on the limited number of sprue space, because there's only 2 sprues in the kit. And I believe they did that deliberately to try and keep the size of the box down, so they, you can get more boxes on the shelf, so to speak. But I personally think it could have done with a bit more engineering. But there we go. That's my thoughts on this. So it's not the best kit, and it's not the worst by all means, and it works perfectly well in its purpose as a wargaming piece. But I do think that the Rubicon one is better, and I'm planning on getting a Sommovente. So when Rubicon actually get around, I think they've done one. but it's in a separate kit. They've done the Caro Manto, M1340, M1441, and then the Sommavente is a separate kit. Yeah. So yeah, I'm planning on getting one of those just to give them a bit more firepower when it comes to the tabletop. So there we go. That's my thoughts on the new Warlord Games Italian stuff. On the whole, Infantry is very good, except for those incessant mold lines. And if I were you, if Warlord Games are still doing it, get the resin and metal version of the M1340 or 1441 or the Rubicon one. So there we go. So do check the links in the description to all the stuff that I can ever remember. The affiliate link for Goblin Gaming and social media and Patreon and all that. It's all down there. So click on it if you like. You will be helping us out. I will endeavour in the new year to do more stuff. I'll try and get more content out there for you. Yeah, it's just coming to the end of quite hectic and a bit of an upheaval of a year. So yeah, and as always, thank you guys for watching, and stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you guys next time.